Hello students, let's start our first chapter in science, that is plant reproduction. Like when we are discussing about plant reproduction, first let's discuss about some plants. We can see plants everywhere and most of the plants bears flowers. So those plants which bears flowers are known as flowering plants. Now next, the flowers develops into fruits, that is we get fruits from the flowers. As you can see in this picture, the bitter gourd, a bitter gourd flower forms a bitter gourd. Orange develops from an orange flower, and papaya develops from a papaya flower. Now most fruits, the fruits have seeds inside them. So when we see, we can see many fruits having many seeds, as in case of watermelon and papaya. Here we will find these fruits consist of many seeds. Again, there are some fruits which consist of few seeds, like apple, and again mango, it consists of only one seed. Now when we are discussing about seeds, so if you see a seed, so let's take an example of a gram seed. So here I have drawn a gram seed. So the outermost covering of the seed, that is when you soak some seeds and you peel it off, the outermost shell which comes out is called the seed coat. So the main function of the seed coat is that it protects protects and covers the seed. Now next, when we are talking about seeds, so basically seeds are of two types, monocot and the other is dicot. Monocot also is known as cotyledon, monocotyledon, and dicot is known as dicotyledon. Now, when we are talking about monocot or monocotyledons, that is the plants which bears seeds which has one cotyledon are called monocotyledon plants or monocot. For example, wheat, maize, then paddy, all these are examples of monocot plants. Rice. Then in case of dicot, the plants which produce seeds with two cotyledons are known as dicotyledonous plants or dicot. For example, pea, gram, etc. Now you will be asking me that what is cotyledon? So as I have said, the seed consists of an outer covering called seed coat. So when you peel the seed coat, we will find, suppose I am peeling off the seed coat of the gram seed. After peeling it, I will find two leaf-like structures inside. These leaf-like structures are known as cotyledons. Now when we have got that there are seeds are of two types, that is monocot and dicot. Now how can we identify or how can we distinguish that rather identify whether a plant is a monocot plant or a dicot plant? Simply, first if we see the seeds, we will get that monocot will have one cotyledon and in dicot there will be two cotyledons. Again, if we see the leaves of the monocot plant, we will see that leaf shows parallel venation. Venation. Whereas in case of dicot plants, the leaves will show network, venation, or we can even say is that call it as reticulate venation. Again, if we see the roots in monocot plants, so in monocot plants will show the fibrous root system. Whereas in dicot plants we will have the taproot system. Again, if we see the petals of the flowers, in monocot we will find the petals are usually 3 or multiples of 3, whereas in dicot the petals are 4 or 5. There will be 4 or 5 petals. So based on this 3 things, that is by observing the leaf, the root and the petals, we can identify whether a plant is a monocot plant or a dicot plant. After peeling the seeds, in taking the example of the gram seed, so when we peel the seeds, I told you we will get 2 cotyledons. So if you observe the cotyledons carefully, you will see a tiny leaf-like structure at one end of the cotyledon. This leaf-like structure is known as embryo. So as you can see in the book, so this is the structure of a bean seed. These are the 2 cotyledons, and here you can see the embryo. So this embryo is actually the baby plant. So when the seed germinates, it is the baby plant which comes from this embryo, or you can say this embryo grows into a new plant. What is germination? Germination is the process by which a seed grows into a new plant. That is, when we sow some seeds, you will see after sowing some seeds into the soil, after few days, new plant comes out. This entire process is termed as germination. And the baby plant that grows from due to the process of germination, or the baby plant which grows from the seed, is known as seedling. The baby plant that grows from the seed is known as seedling. So here in the book you can see these are the stages of germination. Here one seed is there. From there the rooting is the roots are developed, and then the baby plant which is growing from it, this plant is known as seedling. So there are few factors that a plants need to germinate. What are the factors? First factor is water. So a seed needs water to germinate. So you have seen, observed that when you soak some seeds into water, small white tiny parts comes out from the tip of the root. That is, tip of the seed. That is the root. So when you are soaking some seeds into water, the germination process starts. So again, when like the seeds, if you have sown it into the soil, and if you don't water it, or you don't water the seeds regularly, then it will not develop into a new plant. So the first factor which is necessary for germination is water. The next is warmth. So, like if you soak some seeds and you keep it in the refrigerator, you will see that the seeds will not germinate, or the roots will not come out from the seeds. So, it is like the seeds need the warmth of the sun, or rather we can say the seeds need the sunlight in order to germinate. The third point is air, or the third factor is air. Now, if you keep some seeds soaked in water for many days, though germination may start, but it will not grow into a healthy plant. So, or if you cover the seeds totally with water, rather if you soak the seeds and you cover the seeds with water, it will not germinate, because the seeds need air. And again, when we are sowing the seeds into the soil also contains air. So, these are the three factors, that is water, warmth and air, which are necessary for the germination of the seeds. So, here you can see the factors are given. So, first factor is water, then warmth and air. So, all these three factors are necessary for the seeds to germinate into a healthy plant. Now, it is that, does all seeds germinate? No, all seeds does not germinate into a new plant, because some seeds may be eaten by birds, animals. Again, some seeds may fall on some hard surface where it cannot develop its roots, or so it is seen that, or again some seeds may fall into some may be submerged into water. So, if any of the three factor is missing, the seed will not germinate. So, all seeds do not germinate into a plant. So, next, after germination, before moving on to the process of germination, I want to discuss about seedling. So, what is a seedling? As I have told you earlier, the baby plant that comes out from the seed is called a seedling. So, when a seed gets all the favorable conditions, like all the three conditions, or all the three factors that we have discussed earlier, that is air, warmth and water, then it will germinate into a seedling. Now, when a seedling, or when a seed gets all these factors, the first things it begins, the first process that begins is, suppose in case of a gram seed only, what will happen? The seed coat will split. The seed coat will split, and the embryo inside the seed will begin to grow. And then from the embryo, what will come out is your radicle. Radicle. First, the radicle will come out. this radicle will further form the root system. The radicle will further form the root system. Then after the radicle comes out, then after that another structure will be growing upward, which is known as plumule, and this plumule will form the shoot system. That is, it will bear leaves, fruits, flowers, branches. So as you can see here, the picture of a seed is given and the radicle is shown coming out from the seed. The first part which comes out from the seed is the radicle and then the plumule. So the radicle develops into the root system. It forms the root of the plant, and the plumule forms the shoot system. That is, it forms the shoot of the plant. Now, now this process, this is actually the process of germination. So I'll show you here in the picture. See, the process of the stages of germination has been given here. Here in this seed, the radicle has come out. After that, the seed coat, you can see the seed coat has been removed. It falls. Then these two cotyledons are exposed and they grow into the plumule. And this plumule further develops into a new plant. So the stages are, when the seed germinates, the root grows downward in the soil. Then the second stage is the shoot grows upward towards the light. And the third stage is the root that gets bigger and the new leaves grow on the shoot. So these are the three stages of germination, and as we know, the seed needs water, warmth, air, sunlight and also fertile soil to grow into a healthy plant. So what are the factors which the seed needs are water, air, warmth, sunlight and fertile soil, so that it will grow into a healthy plant. In absence of all these substances, or if it does not get any one of this factor, the seed will not germinate or it will die. So with this we'll come to the end of this today's session. So for your assignment, your assignment questions will be, so I hope after going through the video and the pictures which has been provided there, you will be able to answer these three questions. First is distinguish between a monocot and dicot plant. Then second is what is germination? Explain the process of germination. Then what are the factors needed for a seed to grow into a healthy plant? So with this we'll conclude the session for today. Again, next we will take up with another topic. Thank you.